I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me. Oh man, you see, y'all done got me messed up. That the road. Jesus. That the road. Thank you, Jesus. Would be easy now. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Rance Allen, boy. Look. Church, please stand and as we receive the men's choir, the male chorus, the men's choir. Look here, US 30, get your life together, okay, boo boo. I'm gonna need you to get your life together this morning because this is not how we do it, okay? This is not Montel Jordan. This is not how we do it, boo boo. So let me see. All right, I'm over here multitasking my tail off, as you can see. Where are we? They on their own tangent, man, right now. Like for real, like annoyingly for real. So I'm going to wait for them to get their life together. Get your life, boo. Get your life. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on them to get their life. Hold on. Hold up. We gonna make sure they get their life this morning. Because it's going down. It's going down. Let me see what US 30 is attempting to do here. Why are you going against? Okay, so there's nothing. There's nothing here. Let me see why. Okay, this is annoying, guys. And I'm gonna tell you why it's annoying. I don't like when the currencies that I know are opposite of one another coincide. Watch this. Why is UJ selling and US 30 selling? They don't go together. They don't go together. What fun we have here? What we have here is a failure to communicate. Yes. And well, we're waiting on them to eradicate, precipitate, and reciprocate. See, as they inebriate themselves through the equilateral substances that therefore repute. Now, y'all ain't ready for that one. Y'all ain't ready for the equilateral substances. That's me and my brother. Only he would understand that lingo. Look, UJ has to come down and close this now. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. So that means, give me a second here. One. Look at the one. Let's look at that. So did you bust out of that channel that I was drawing? Okay, so UJ busted out the channel. Oh, I like that. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Oh my God. All right, hold on, guys. Oh my God, I'm coming. Oh my God, here it comes. Okay, here I come. Oh my God. So UJ. Oh, this the lady with the leg. Oh, okay. So look, the knees are right here. That's where you. Okay, so UJ just trying to make sure the knees are covered. I got you. And then there's another right here. What a maroon. Let's go back to the lady with the. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. I have made some record highs. Okay, since last Thursday, when Pitmaster introduced me to the chick in the skirt with knees in the dress on. Okay, I really want him to have a moment and show you guys that.
And I really, 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 really
That's a
want
lot
you
of
to take this
reallys.
quite seriously.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
reallys.
Well, hey,
What is US
you
30
know I don't like to
doing?
get into long-term trades, but I put in a long-term trade for a low, yeah, from about 700 to about 324, where that market is again. And yeah, baby, I did that based off of the chick with the knees in the dress.
Well,
Theory. That's what I call it.
well, right now I'm wanting to figure out where girlfriend thinks she going this morning. I guess she gonna do that bottom before she do the top. That's what I was talking about earlier. So she wants to bottom before she tops. So she's trading off the higher time frame. Obviously, since the 1 minute that's been set up for how long for a three finger setup? For a while has been set up. She decided to go the opposite direction this morning, even though I have two buy candles and a sell candle. This is very nice. So looks like, let me go to the higher time frame where she's trading from, apparently. What is that? 139. So she is going from 180 to 160. 180 to 160. 180 to 160. 180 to 160. Take US 30 180 to 160 for, let me make sure she's not crazy this morning. Give me a second. Hold tight. Let's look at her real quick. I need to look at her on my other chart, guys. So just pardon all my lines. God, I need to know where support is.
Did you look at NAS at all today?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. 33 177. Okay, so 180. So that is a good call. Okay, so 180. So 200 to 180 for other brokers, and then 180 to 160.
So again, say it again so I can type it for them.
180 to 160 for FTMO or whoever is in
180 to 160 FTMO FX Choice Brokers. Okay, KOT.
Yeah. And 200 to 180.
200 to 180 on KOT Forex. So if you've never traded with us before, good morning, welcome to the Breakfast Club. Please make sure you exercise proper risk management, 0.01 per $100 for Forex. For indices, you want to be about 0.01 per $1,000 if your broker is paying you $1 a pip versus 10 cents, okay? So please be mindful of that. If you are new, just observe. The market will be moving, and take some notes, and do listen to his strategy on the candles. Makes a world of difference.
Yeah, so while I'm waiting to see, so this is just a completion of a shape and a arch. That's all she's doing. So we should hit on this one real quick. So let me look at other things while we're waiting on her to hit, which should be in like 30 seconds or less. She wants to hit that 800. Okay, that's her destiny this morning. Apparently, is to hit that 800. Okay, what I look. Okay, that's UJ.
On that 200, if you didn't get in, you can market execution.
All
Market
right.
execution, press modify, change your TP to 180. But it's about to be.
We hit. Who hit? Who hit? Who hit?
Still dropping, so just take your profit.
Who hit? Who hit? That's all I want to know. I want to
into a trade. How the hell that?
Hold on. Let me look at this. This is okay. So she hit the 800. US 30 hit the 800. And she should be at the bottom on the 1 minute. Yep, she is at the bottom on the 1 minute. So now we're about to get a buy up. That's about to be stupid. Okay, so here comes the sun. Here comes the rain. Gold did a stupendous reversal that made no sense, but she did that based on what US 30 was doing, since they're going opposite of each other. So
I need Sybil to get in line with that one, because I got FX Choice, and I was at 363 when you called it, so now she tripping.
Sybil.
Y'all should hit on all of US 30 sales. If you hit on those US 30 sales, please drop it in the chat. The ones that were called in our private chat and the ones called live. So all US 30 sales should have hit. Thank you, Paula. Who else hit? Let's go.
All right, let's see what US 30 is doing this morning. And why is she still dropping? Let's see. 4 hour, she hit the 800. She bottomed out on the 1 minute. Oh gosh, she's at 8 in the RSI. She is on a trip this morning. She's on a one-way trip. She's on her own tangent. And it looks like that UJ is about to hit for those 20 pips. That will work. I'm with it. Let's see. This sucker bottomed out on the 1. Oh, goodness. She didn't bottom out on the 5. 15. We're just waiting now.
Air, girl. Come up for air.
We're waiting for the reversal. That's all. She's oversold on all time frames minus the 4 hour. So that was that 4-finger setup. Boom, 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 boom. She went on ahead, went through it. Now we are aligning. So as soon as she comes back to this level right here, I'll call something. I'm going to wait for her to hit 179, 180 back where she came from. So that 160 to 180, you can actually catch it in reverse. Yeah, I know. And it's in profit. It's like right there about to hit. Yeah. Thank you, Auntie. It's like, yeah, UJ had me on the ropes. Okay. See, it's doing UJ is moving exactly with US 30. I didn't know these two. Okay, so are these two the pair that move together? Because CAD don't move with them. UJ must be the oddball. Because look at this. It's wanting to complete a shape. US 30. Are you going to come out the gutter? Or are you staying in the gutter?
Talk to her.
Get your life, boo. Get your life. 1. All right, that's on the 1 minute.
There is no place for
no place for a lady.
Holding a buy. I dropped the US 30 sales stock in the chat. Is anybody holding a buy?
Yeah, somebody's activated. So she said hers activated.
Yeah, but a buy from yesterday.
Oh, shouldn't be.
I don't recall us calling the buys from yesterday, did we?
Not that I can remember.
Yes, we did. I just got out.
What was the buy?
I don't recall calling the buy, but I have to think there's a recording out there.
Look at this sucker. It's in the gutter. What is up with the gutter this morning? Let me look at the news again. Hold on.
Y'all better put that trade in. Let's roll.
Oh, we got some new. Okay, so the CAD, that's CAD news though. So unemployment claims. Are we still going off unemployment claims for real?
Miss Shirley, who called that buy yesterday? Isaiah? Isaiah called a buy?
Yeah, that sweet spot you were talking about.
Oh,
The sweet spot was 720, 750.
Right.
This is a buy in the 800.
Oh, the 840 here. One that was 810, 840.
Yeah, I got whipped in when the FOMC came.
Oh, okay. Somebody, I'm like, what are you talking about? We ain't called no buy. The whole market was. Okay.
Hold on, let me tell you guys something.
820 to 840.
Yeah, the 810 to 840. Mm-hmm.
Hold on. All right. Hope y'all catch that. All right. So I'm just doing some homework here. I need to make sure that everybody's on board with what I just said. All right. So let me go back. Let's look at this. So UJ just did a reversal, which means US 30 just did a reversal, which means gold should be doing reversals. Let's see. This thing is all over the place. Look at this. This is an interesting morning. This is the market is moving quite functicated this morning. It is moving in some weird directions, but this is going to be, listen, this is a show buy up. Once she actually takes off, it's lights, camera, action. I'm talking about sorry, Miss Jackson. So y'all just keep me abreast of what's going on here in this here market, because I'm looking at I am tracking a couple of things here. So let me put an alert here. Ooh, who is that? Oh, there we go.
The garbage man is outside the window picking up the weekly trash.
Oh, okay. So no, she ain't ready yet. So let's see where she's going next. Let's go back to my. Oh, she's trying. Okay. She needs to hit support. US 30 needs to hit support right here. What is that? 33,072. Let's see why she needs to go that low. 33,072. Why are we going that low? Because we got because we have a wick here. Okay. So let me see this. 33,082. So 72 is my support. All right, so give me a second here. Good Lord, that's a hard vibrate. That phone must be sitting right there by the microphone. All right, so let's see. 82, so 72. So we're talking about 80. So we'll take 100 to 80. Let's see if that's right. So if it reverses again for another sale, we'll take 100 to 80. If it reverses again for another sale, we'll take 100 to 80. I got to keep my eye on you. US 30.
You can encourage words if she moves to the lane, it doesn't lay down that long.
She'll be all right. Just waiting on her to come out the gutter. I mean, she is
on the skirt. She's supposed to be a lady.
right. She down here. Look at this. She is down there too.
So what's the skirt anyway, sir?
I'm gonna explain that to you. Just let me get this out the way. I'm gonna explain that to you, but we got to get this out the way.
Oh, girl.
All right. Okay, here we go. All right. Here she comes. She comes out. She's coming out of the gutter. So let's get her here. If you took that 160 to 180, that's a wrap. That one should have hit for you already. 160 to 180. I got another one coming at you. We are at. She at 200 right now. Okay. So let's take this one right here when she gets across this line. So we're going to take this right here, 250 to 280. 250 to 280, which on your other broker, let me see if the same amount. Let's see where we at. 20. Now we are 211. Now we are, I think we're in sync. Hold on. 218. I'm in sync with the broker now.
FX Choice is still off by about 10.
No, I'm at 210. It's at 203. So it's like, well, 208, 206, 204. It's only off by like 4 or 5. So it's okay to take exactly what I'm saying. I don't know what the other broker's off by, but FX Choice for me is only off by, so it's at 201. It's off by 3 or 4 3 or 4 points. So I'm at 202, 204. Yep, only by a couple points. So it's kind of like right there. So that number is 250 to 280. 250 to 280. That's right. Never judge a book by the cover. Huh? All right, I'm gonna explain this later in the dress. You just wait. You just wait, Tim Buck. 250 to 280. All right, mine is in. Set my alert for when she gets there. And set my alert for when she finishes there. And then we're just gonna take the trades right on up. Okay, so 250, 280. That's your first one. Your next one is going to be 310. Next one is going to be 310 to 335. 310 to 335 will be your next one. 310 to 330, modify. 310, 335. Okay, so 310 to 335. That's your next one. See, UJ. What is UJ doing? It's literally on its own tangent. All right. So we are just in the waiting pool for US 30 to get up above. I wanted above the 50. That's why I did that. Even though I know this is a U that it's making, right? I wanted above the 50 first. So I know in between the 50 and the 200, that's my safe zone, right? I feel much safer knowing that it's in that zone. So that's why I called it there. And what we have, let me see. US 30 left the lady in the skirt doing the flip though. Okay, so up here, see this doji right here? Hold on, let me take this off so you can see the doji real clear. See this doji right here? Okay, when I'm in a reverse pattern, right? When I'm in a sell pattern, I'm looking for this doji that's uncovered, right? What is uncovered simply means that there's nothing to the right of it that fully covers the wick of the doji. So I like to call this the lady in the dress. And give me 1 second. Hold on. That's the day 7. Hold tight.
Am I looking at you over there vibrating like that? No, ma'am.
All right. I just want to make sure I set everything. What is that right there? 20. Okay, here we go.
I wish I was that entertaining or Christmas.
All right. I'll be right with you guys. Give me 1 second. I had to do some prelims. There we go. Because I'm doing multiple I'm doing other trade in another in one of my other things. I want to make sure everybody's straight there too. Okay, so look at Dow Jones. So back to the lady in the dress example. So what happens is price comes up, and I call that the knees. I like doing it from the bottom. I like. Let me show you from the bottom. I like the bottom versus the top because it's easy to show when the dress is at the bottom versus the top. So here, where is it? Let me get a bottom. Let's get a good one. Okay, there is a good one right there. Perfect. All right. So this doji right here was uncovered, right? So right here is the bottom of the doji. I call that the ankles. And then right about here are the knees. Right?
Making your screen bigger. Thank you.
Are you on the phone?
No,
Oh, okay.
I am.
Okay. So I like to call this. Let me see if it'll do it for me. I'm changing something so you guys can see it from how it happens. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. So on Hikanachi candles, that's a doji. On regular candles, it's just a just a regular candle from the looks of it. But on Hikanachi candles, that is a doji, and that's what I like to see. And the only reason why I went this route, so I can kind of show you guys what happens when I see that pattern with Hikanachi candles. I like to say, oh, wow, the knees have to be covered. And I can't do this illustration with Hikanachi candles. So just remember, that was the bottom of the wick. That was the middle of the wick when it was a Hikanachi candle. So when I see that, I say, man, the lady's dress is uncovered, right? Her knees are exposed, and so are her ankles. We need to cover her knees and ankles. So Price will do this when it needs to cover this area. So watch how it comes to that first white zone, and then it's going to come to that second white zone. And it went through the whole thing. So now it covered her knees and ankles and kept going. Right. So when I see that, that's a setup. That's a setup for me to catch the sale. You know, that's a setup for me to catch a sale or buy. You know, either way, that's a setup.
On the order of the EMAs.
Yeah, I mean, the other things come into play, but at the end of the day, she has to come back and cover those knees and ankles. So in this illustration here, this is the lady saying, I'm a tomboy. I want to do and that's UJ hit. Good. UJ hit. She's I'm a tomboy and I want to do a flip. But we can't have the ladies, you know, dress popping up so she can show every which way and what's going on and whatnot. Right. So in order for this to be the true illustration, we're gonna put a rubber band, a band around the bottom of her dress. That way, when she flip, her dress just stay tied to her ankles. So we ain't got to worry about nothing. So what happens is Price will come here like it did and say, okay, I'm gonna cover her knees, but I left her ankles exposed. Right here.
I chart with the real candles like that to see where they're closed and when a pattern closes, like you're saying, a U closes at the exact time. So it's just when I get it. Mm-hmm.
You get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I see that, that's an indicator to me that Price is ready to make a change. Price is ready to go in the direction to close those knees and ankles, right? So now where are we at? Where are we at now? Now we're playing with support. Now we're playing on support. See how it's playing right here on support. We need to get to resistance, right? So US 30 needs to shoot up here to go to the 240 range, right? In order to get to resistance. And then she goes to her second level of resistance. So this was my old illustration, guys. I used to say this was home, right? This is where she felt comfortable. Let's see if that was home for her. Yep, that was home at one point. That was home. Okay, so let's go back to the 1 minute. So because she was home, she was bored, she had things to do. So she needs to go to Walmart. Okay, let's use this as Walmart. This is Walmart. Give me a second here. This is Walmart. Okay, this is Walmart. Then this right here, this is the beach. Since I live by the beach, going to the beach. It's going to be a beach day. This is why marking up your charts are important, and you'll see in a minute. So, where are we going? We're leaving from home. I hope you guys are screenshotting this. All right, like real talk. Home. When I finish this illustration, you make sure you screenshot it so you can gather what typically happens when the market is supposed to do certain moves, which is completing shapes and patterns, right? So when she leaves home, right, she likes to go to Walmart. Sometimes she'll go back home from Walmart. So we got support, resistance, back to support. So this is that, you know, when I first came up with this consolidation strategy, which I call the pass-through zone, and Isaiah calls it the sweet spot. But when I first came up with it, guys, we were trading, and I looked to see how much money was being lost in the consolidation zone. I said, well, why are we waiting on the trade to go in between support and resistance? We can catch a consolidation zone and kill it and be done for the day. So I had to look for areas. Let me go to my other chart. This one is just the one I use for training. All right, so I had to look for areas that, and I marked them on my chart. Normally, like this green zone or the red zones, those are my areas of consolidation. And right now, she hasn't even come up here yet. And look where it is. Look where it just happens to be. Oh, it just happens to be when she does buy all the way up, she's coming into my areas of consolidation, right? This is a zone. So anytime I see this, I'll put it in 326 to 352. Boom. That's going to hit because that is a zone that she, look at that. Look how consistent. I couldn't even, now that you see it, hold on, let me take this off. Now that you see it, you know I'm not just talking, right? And look at the zone before that. Watch this. She's all over the zone. Look at this. She came through that zone, went through that zone again, came through that first set of zone, went through that zone again, went through all three as a zone, came right back to it, went through it, came back through, went back through, back. Do you know how much money is lost if you don't look at these zones? That's 26 points every move. 26 points every single move. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moves. That's 6 moves by itself. All right. 6 and 26 was that 36, 12, 150, 152. So 152 points made right here in that zone. That's not bad. That's actually a really good day. When you can catch 152 and you ain't went nowhere and all you did was 26. Listen, Linda, let me tell you, that's a beautiful thing to be able to do that. Hold on one second.
When you do the zone, the zone as you were talking about, the confluences you use that along with that is with the EMAs or just the pattern, just the overall structure of the overall trend, and then within the zone, or do you also incorporate the EMAs along with that?
I incorporate the EMAs with that. So if I were to put my EMAs back on, now what you see, you see the EMAs are set up within my structure, within that zone, right? They're still within that zone. So all we're waiting on now, let me go to this chart. And go to the 1 minute. So what did she do? She went back home. She must have forgot her wallet, right? That's how I look at it, because she has yet to come back and hit resistance. So now I'll wait. I'm waiting for her to come back and hit resistance. And I'm not looking for her to go beyond home unless she going to her cousin's house, which is down here somewhere. And I haven't even marked that on this particular chart. On my other chart, is she marked on the below? Yeah, she's marked. So cousin's house is down here at 72, 33072. Right now, I'm not really looking for her to go to see cuz yet. But once she gets over my 21, which is my EMA, my 21 EMA, then I'm really looking for her to buy up to the 50, and then from the 50 to resistance. So it's in steps, it's in phases. Notice we're not in any trade that I haven't called anything besides something above that, right? Because I want to give her room to do all this foolishness, right? I want to give her room to do it. And if she's going to consolidate here, then I'm going to find a zone right here in between this level of support and resistance, in between there. Because right now she kind of established a zone, but it's not solid enough for me. Like where is she going? That's not, nope. No, her zone is not established. Like I can't even get a base out of this. 164, yeah, maybe the 186. So maybe 164 to 184 might be a zone if she continues to stay here and straddle the fence at home. But we're looking for, based on what the candle said this morning, when I looked at the 1300 candle, that's the first one I look at right here. It gave me a green. When I looked at the 1310 candle, it gave me a red. That's 1310 candle. When I looked at the 1315 candle, which is the 15-minute chart candle, it gave me a green. So I have two buys against one sell, but I also had to comply with her finishing her move off the 4-hour chart. This is why everybody can't trade. I'm being honest with you, because it's a lot of things that go into, especially for a technical analysis. And you'll hear people saying, "Oh, if you're using technical analysis, it's wrong, blah, blah, blah." No, technical analysis is not wrong. That's why so many traders have made history off of doing technical analysis, right? Yeah, you can use bots and all the other stuff that come along with it. And bots are amazing because, I like Mike Kenyatta said, you're fighting a robot with a robot. So, what else is going to beat a robot besides another robot? A humanoid. It's a little harder for us, meaning if I were to put a bot on this, a bot probably can take like a whole bunch of trades right now. But we are less risky, but we do like risk. Understand that. As human beings, we're less risky, but we will take risks. We're willing to take risks. Risk takers to me are the front runners. People that are willing to take risks, we're the front runners, because that means we're not afraid of the status quo. We're not afraid of the norm. We want to do something a little bit different than the norm and the status quo, right?
Well, one thing I wanted to ask you is like for instance, the setup with the for the buy for US, you want to pass the 20 EMA. Then once it gets to your 50, that's when you start putting your entries.
Yeah, you saying, yeah, I want my entry over this 50, right? And I really want my entry over my resistance level, right? Even though I know it'll buy up through here,
yeah,
I oftentimes we'll see it where it'll buy up, then it'll come back down below the 50, then it'll shoot back up to go toward the 200. I'm wanting to miss that step of that bounce.
okay.
If that makes sense. I want to miss the step of the bounce and I want the straight push. But today it's not letting me be great simply because it's bottom fishing right here in this same zone for whatever reason. I have no clue, because I think it's above. Yeah, it's above the 800. So I don't know why it's bottom fishing here. Like, this is an unusual zone to bottom fish. It's already at the bottom on my 1 hour, my 4 hour, and my 1 hour shows it overbought as well. And my 30 minutes shows it overbought. And my 15 minutes shows it overbought. and my 5 minute shows it slightly overbought. My 1 minute is the only one that's saying I'm coming out of the gutter. So I'm waiting. We're patiently waiting. I know I hear a lot of people say I trade off the 1 hour and the 15 minute. Kudos. I can't do it because I need to know as a scalper and as a swing trader, I need to know where my entry is going to be and then where my exit should be based on the charts, not just a chart, one chart or two charts. I need to see what's going on across the board. Like why is she struggling to get above my 21? Notice she hasn't went above that red line yet. She's wicked it, but she hasn't went above it. So let's see what's below her that she just has to get to. Because there's a reason. She's not done selling. She has this day chart 200. That's her next move. So we still have sell momentum.
So does it always have to be like when you do you have to look back into the day's chart, and does it have to reach all the way down to 200 or 800 before it starts doing it?
It should. I mean, it's an EMA, and we call EMAs magnets, and it likes to pull to those magnets. So right now she's in a pulling mode. She wants to pull to the magnets. So we have we got that trade 100 to 32080. You guys should have that trade. Oh yeah, she's beyond that 80 already on that chart. So that means she is on this chart. Oh, okay. So she's wanting to get to my 72. She's wanting to get to my 72. So 10 pips and dip on this one, 82 to 72. That's where she wants to go. Let's take her. 82, bam, 82 to 72. That's the level of resistance modified.
When you do, just a curiosity, like when you do the zone to zone, do you add the stop losses or no?
When I do zone to zone,
Yeah.
that 82 to 72 is already a wrap. Okay, awesome. That was quick. When I do zone to zone, hold on. Ask that question again. I want to make sure I get it right.
Like, you know how we were talking before where you wanted to go above the 21 EMA, you wanted to reach a little bit above the 50 EMA and pass that little bit of resistance. All right, so once you put your entry there, which I'm assuming you put a buy stop there, do you also put your stop loss as well, or you just? No,
I just roll with it because I believe that is going to go exactly where it's supposed to go, which is through the strategy of the MAs. And look at all this room. For instance, right now, so as I was talking before, I kept saying, I wonder if she's going to go to that 72. I wonder if she's going to go to that 72. So I said, all right, here's a sell trade, 100 to 80, right? That was a sell trade that I call. Well, why would I call it a sell trade when it's buying? Simply because I'm looking at the finish of support and resistance. So my chart is so marked up until I'm looking at the strategy of support and resistance. That's my very first strategy. If I take this off my board, I'm left with lines. So I have to trade in between the lines. Even if I take this off, if I take off my RSI, now I have to trade with what doctrinal strategy says, which is support and resistance. So before you put on EMAs, before you put on RSI, what do you start with? Where is your beginning? Your beginning is at support and resistance, right? So when you have these things on your charts, you kind of can just trade support and resistance. Not no kind of, you can. So right here, this was a support resistance move all day long, right? Even when I go to this chart, now she left home. She did her job. She went to Cuz house anyway. That was Cuz house. Let me mark it. Let me mark Cuz house. This is my Cuz right here. And she literally stopped on my 62 on this chart. And what was it on this one? On my 72 on this chart, she wicked through it. So now she went through support and resistance. Will she go to my next level down at 33,032? Well, my philosophy is if she passes this line again, she's going to zip. She'll go down to that level, right? I'm going to take her as far as she wants to go but I'm using my support and resistance, right? So when she gets here, I'm gonna say, guys, we're gonna take 60 to 40. Why play the game? We're gonna take 60 to 40.
But sometimes, what happens is that when the candlestick like breaks the support, it may wick into the next zone, but it may not touch all the way down to the next support, and then just kind of reverse back.
And it will. That's why you saw the notice I called it shy. So we're gonna take 60 to 40. FYI, I'm not joking about that. We're gonna take 60 to 40 until she's ready. When she's ready to buy back up, because the fingers are set up. All right, the fingers are set up. If I go back to my EMAs, they're set up. But I want to honor what she wants to do for the short term. I'm gonna honor it, right? So that's why I got all these lines here. I want to honor what she's doing in between my lines. So yeah, you're right. She'll come and she'll go two points and stop 2 points above my level of support and then turn back around.
Yeah.
Right. And she'll run for a little while, but then guess what she does later? She comes right back and then she'll hit that line. Right. So that's why I like calling it shy of the number. A lot of times I'll call it shy of the number. That's why I did 180 instead of 172.
Okay.
Right. That's why I'm saying 60-40 versus 60-32 or 60-30. I'm doing 60-40, which is 8 points above this level of support.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Right. So I will call it in. So my calls, most of the time, you see my calls when you go back and back test trades that I've called, you'll see them in between support and resistance. You'll see them right below resistance or right above support. Right. But sometimes I like to take that jump when it bounces off of support. If it's the right candle, then I know it's ready to run. If it's the right candle. Yeah, as soon as she hits 60, we taking that 60 to 40. We'll take 20. I'll take 20 for that, Alex. Yeah, because right now she is doing. Let's see who was doing the most. All of them doing the most right now. Everybody did a full reversal of what the intent was, in my opinion, and what the intent was from what they set up to do starting off. And for whatever reason, it could have been news. Like look at gold. Gold and lost his mind. Gold is all the way back up at, let me see on the 1 hour. Let me know when 60 activates, guys. Gold. So gold, instead of gold honoring all of this, right? And all these EMAs below her, because all the EMAs are below gold. Watch that one, that chart. That chart. All the EMAs are below her. I didn't even have to look at to know that. So gold it's like she's fighting against what she's really supposed to do. Just like all the EMAs are above on US 30. So eventually they're going to both reverse and do what they're supposed to do based on where these EMAs are. This EMA right here, this is a 4-finger setup all day long for a sale. And that's on several charts.
Look at what it looks like on MT4 shift on gold. It looks like a fight to go the other way.
Wow. See, so when you look at it, how more perfect do you want it when you see this on the 4 hour, set up again on the 1 hour, set up again on the 30-minute, set up again on the 15-minute, set up again on the 5-minute, set up again on the 1 minute. I mean, how much more perfect can it get for a crucial sell down? But right now, she got to push them EMAs out. So she's going to buy up. Gold is going to buy to at least, let's see where we're trying to go, gold. It looks like she's trying to get back to where she started that first hump at 2057. So gold could buy to 2057. Let me mark that. Watch my chart markups come back. I'm going to mark that and I'm going to alert that.
Last night she went to 2077.
Yeah, she did.
She hasn't been there for years.
A long time, right?
Oh my gosh.
So she's in a, look at this, but look what gold did. Gold bought up 3 fingers and everything. She did a a fake out swoop down, fake out swoop down. Now she's buying back up again. And I'm looking at, this is the 1 minute. Let's look at the 1 hour on gold to see what she is doing and why she's doing this. So look, she went overbought like crazy. Will she buy back up to this level? I don't know. I mean, I had her going to 2076, to be honest with you. So she could very well finish this move on the higher time frame before she decides to take a plummet. And she had a triple top. Look at this. Watch this. Gold set up a triple. Gold is doing a whole bunch of stuff. Gold has a triple top on, I think it was the day chart or the week chart. Which one was it? Week chart? There it is. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. And all definitions of a triple top is a reversal. All definitions of a triple top, and it reverses the same amount that it bought. So it's supposed to do a full reversal back in this direction, the same amount of this whole wick. Is it doing it? No, it's buying up.
It looks like it's as if like it's a lot of manipulation. You think is going on?
A lot of who?
Manipulation.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. We are in, guys, we in profit on that 60-40. And bam, we pow. 60-40. 60-40. Come on. Yeah, so let's look at that real quick. 60-40. Let's go back to this chart. Look at that. That's a marked up chart, and we hit. Everybody should hit on 60-40. That is a fully marked up chart right there. Fully marked up. So now she has to hit that level of support. Boom. Let's look at now. Let me bring all my stuff back to see where we are.
And when you do your zones, when you mark up your zones, you do that on all time frames. You know.
Yep. I'm gonna show you my strategy on chart markup.
Okay.
Okay. I don't see her going to 32,908, but who am I? That's her next. Is she really trying to go there? 32,908? Come on, US 30 now, for real. Now you doing the real most. You and gold are just on my, making my legs itch.
She making my eyes twitch. She is tripping.
Well, again, this is we got a lot of liquidity going on. When you see moves like this, especially this candle right here, that's liquidity. That's a liquidity move. And this is to stump out those who would have taken this, who took this as a buy before she crossed. That's why when I called it, that's why I was shocked when somebody said there's activated, because I called that first buy in between the 415 and the 800. She never did even cross the 200. So I'm like, wow, how did that happen? But I know how, because of the numbers difference. But that's why I do that. That's why we say in the beginning, make sure you match up the numbers with your broker, because I don't know your broker. Like, everybody's trading a different broker. So, I don't know who your broker is.
Yeah, FX Choice was already there when you called it, so I'm in on the buy.
Okay. Go home. Okay, there we go. See, an FX Choice was already above, but I wanted to also, I should have said the EMA play, right? I said, because this, if you're not listening to my numbers, at least you're knowing don't get in until it gets to that EMA. You know what I mean? If you have the EMAs marked on your charts. And this is my 415, guys, that green one. That's one of my developed chart markups. So let's see. Let me go to the 15-minute chart. I need to see why she's still selling. 1330.
She's still selling on
Right
the
there,
4 hour.
13:15.
She doesn't have she's got a still EMA set up on the 4 hour, I think.
See, she did her job here. She already did her job. Is this just going to be a sell day today? that I was not privy to? Was this information I wasn't privy to? Because this is, oh, wow, look at that. This might be just a sale day. Because it is already 10:30 and she ain't done nothing but sold this morning. She has done nothing but sell. She has went for, let's see. She's already went 350 points. She's dropped for 350 points already this morning. All right. So all I'm doing now is waiting because she bottom fished. I mean, I don't know like what's going on with her besides the news. You know, could the news have been the cause of that? It was probably a delayed reaction to unemployment claims because it came in 3 points higher than predicted, which pushes the dollar up. Oh, wow. And it didn't. So check this out. This is odd. So the dollar and US 30 both dropped. How is that possible?
And you know, it's funny that you say that because that's the same way I was observing with the gold.
Wow.
I thought that based on the interest rate, that the currency, the U.S. currency was going to be strengthened and the gold was going to drop, but it just never happened. It went completely opposite. It actually shoot up. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, this is oddball. Like all of mine just reversed. Okay, let's see what's going on. And why is gold going so hard in the paint to buy? I need to look at it on a higher time frame. Wow. This is crazy. That's a crazy move. Let's look at the 15. Nothing there. Yep, everything is below her. So, I don't. And she's still trying to buy. And US 30 is still trying to sell. Both of them are doing the opposite. Let me look at this. I need to look at this real good because somewhere this reversal is about to happen. And I'm looking to see when that's going to happen. So, see, gold still has about another 2 points, 2 to 3 points left in her, unless she just shoots and goes haywire again. So I need to look at that. Hold on. Wow, look at this. So US 30 is having a hard time. So it's telling me she ain't ready yet. She still ain't ready. And look at this. This is a setup if I ain't never saw one before. She normally rides the floor and then rises from the floor to push up for the buy. But right now, she ain't doing anything, guys. So I'm cool. I'm cool on her. Well, we're going to wait. I can't even call a zone because it's too flat. So far we have, I think it's 3 trades that you guys should have hit on this morning. Yeah, this was an easy one, supposedly. What was this? Hold on. Hold tight. All right. Let's see what happens, guys. I'm going to wait because this is what should have been happening in the first place. This is where this is that turning point. This is that swoop U that I'm used to seeing, but let's see if it's going to happen. If it's going to happen, then we're going to catch her after the 50. We're going to mark this sucker up. We finna get all this. Let's see. Is Kelly on the call? Let's see. Is Kelly on the call? Hey, John, I don't know if you're able to unmute. See my boy Marlon. Marlon, you able to unmute?
One thing I wanted to ask you, when it's going through the EMAs like 50, the 200, where do you what's the max at that point? Do you take it all the way to 800 EMA, or is it to the 415 EMA?
No. So okay, let's use this scenario, right, where we are right now. Let's walk me through this. You asking me from this 50 to the 800, do I take it all away? Yeah. I typically do. Like, I'm being honest with you. I typically do, because that is the setup. That's the EMA structure setup, especially when I got more than one confirmation. You know, I got the 5 telling me, I got the 15 telling me, right? When I go down this way, right? I got this little curve, but as soon as this sucker gets above that 50, I promise you this curve is going to go the other way. So that's what I'm looking at. You know, it goes through each chart. So when it hits the 800 here, which is 33,359, now it's going to go to the 5-minute chart, 33,359, 33,359. So that's roughly in between. That's roughly where the 200 will end up by the time it gets there, right? Then it's going to go through the next chart. So now we'll be trading off the 5, waiting on it to go to the 800 here at 33,612. Then you look at the 15-minute chart. 33,612 is right about here. So it's right above my 200, ready for this chart to hit the 800 at 32,711. Watch this. 32,711 is right here at the 415. So then we got to wait for the pullback, reversal, and then it'll do it again once it sets up on the 30. Then it'll set up on the 1 hour. But this is against it right now. This is that cross I was talking about. So it's contending with this cross. Let me see how many points below this it dropped already. We're going to catch this again. 128. Wow. Yeah, this is doing the most this morning. So we trading off the day chart. And I'm going to talk about chart markup in a minute, but I got to see where she's going. 32,860. Wow. Okay, so she does not reverse. She's coming down to right here to 990. Good night almighty. Hold on, guys. I got to see this. 990 is where she can go next. I don't understand why she can't get out of the floor. Like, she won't go back above 6.2. She goes back above 6.2, then I have hope that she's going to buy more. Right now, she is bottom fishing, as Auntie Shirley would say. My next level of resistance at 32,935. So we're looking at 32.10, 33,010 to 32,990. 010 to 990. That'll be your next sell trade. I'll show you why. Modify. Let me put this in so I can make sure I got it. I almost missed one. Talking 3110, 33,010 to 32,990. All right, so I got that one in. That's my below trade. Then I'm gonna set an alert when she gets down here. So I don't have to keep looking at it. All right, cool. Got my alert set. Set that alert. Like, look at this struggle. I mean, this is a struggle. US 30 is struggling to buy, and it's the setup is there. The setup has been there. She is struggling, as they say in the South sometimes with a CRK.
If the dollar is high, then US 30 would be low. Didn't you say that yesterday?
Yeah, typically they don't go together, but today they're in the same cage. They're in the cage match. If I look at the 1 minute here, 1 minute here, they really don't look that different. Only difference is this one did what it was supposed to do because it's a 3-finger sale. US 30 is like, man, bump them 3 fingers. I get up there when I feel like it.
When you're looking at the strength of the dollar, are you looking at the DXI or the currency strength meter?
DXY. I'm looking at the charts just like we would on any other day. I'm looking at what the charts are saying. Like the dollar should be doing what? Based on that, what should the dollar be doing?
The dollar should be high. You would think if US 30 is struggling to buy.
Yeah, but watch this. This is what's throwing me off. Watch this. The dollar should be buying based on this strategy, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. That strategy set up on the 30, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and maybe the 15. Yep, and the 15 minute. And oh my God. So the strategy is set up through several charts for the buy. Watch this craziness. Y'all ready? US 30. She set up for the 30 minute for a buy. Now, this is what's crazy. Okay, no, I take that back. She set up for the 15 minute. She set up on the 5. She set up on the 1. How is it possible that the US dollar and US 30 are sharing EMA structure? That's crazy to me. That's like, what happened yesterday messed them up. Yesterday's news messed them up. I mean, after 6 o'clock, look what happened after 6. I haven't seen this in a long time, guys. Soon as 6 p.m. hit, this candle shot up. Like it was crazy how that candle just shot up. I said, wow, what was that all about? That was when the market opened back up. So, and then US 30 did the total opposite, of course, as it's supposed to of gold. It shot straight down. Right? And then look at my crude oil. Crude oil did the same thing. Crude oil went to the gutter yesterday on that same opening. And I don't know what did it. But this was a crazy, look at that. I can't even put it on my chart. It's so long. That drop was ridiculous. But crude oil can't stay down here in bottom fish unless it's going to complete this arch and sell some more back down to 63.90. But I have crude oil. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bloomberg got
4.
So it's true what you said that they reacted from yesterday.
Yep. 4. Look at this. 4.
Go.
I can't make it up. 4. All these, the EMAs are set up above crude oil, just like they're set up above US 30, just like they're set up above the dollar on the other charts. If I go to 5, it's opposite. So crazy how that's opposite, by the way. It's crazy how on the 1 second. It's crazy how on the 1 minute this set up for a sale. On a 5 minute beyond, it's all set up for a buy. Yes.
Just one question. Do you think that on oil, I was looking at that yesterday, that wick, to me, that's a liquidity grab. Do you think she might go down and get half of that wick that is shot? I was wondering about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, it's possible because look at the setup. It bottom fished hard. This is the 1 hour chart, by the way. It bottom fished so hard yesterday, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, she got to come out the gutter. And my expectation was for her to get above this 21 and then start buying up. Well, she did an arch. She arched here. Like, I don't I don't get it. And I'm looking to see what are they waiting on. So let's go see what they're waiting on, guys. This is when I go to this chart. It's got to be a reason why everything is doing something opposite of what they're doing, or they're waiting for something. And here we go. What report is tomorrow that's crucial? That non-farm report. So she's bottom fishing today and setting up for tomorrow's buy up. That's all I can conclude to or allude to, is she's setting up for tomorrow's buy up. And we're activating on the sale. And is active. Huh?
Non-farm payroll is tomorrow.
Yeah, that non-farm payroll is a crucial report. That's a crucial report. Yeah, we are active on that. Let's see. Where is that trade going to? 990. Okay, so we going to 990, which is right here. Let me put that down. Okay, look at this reversal that she just did. This was a crazy one. What time is it? It's 10:46. Is she going for it now? Or is she just fooling me? See, this that stuff Isaiah was talking about yesterday. When you are in a trade and then it does, you got news as a factor. This is like craziness to me. Like, look at this. So now we have a flat base with a high buy candle. That makes 0 sense. 0. And then it shot to the 50 on the 1 minute. Let's look at it. So now she'd have made it to the 50 above the 21 all of a sudden. Gold just did a break. Look at this break. Gold just did this break. I want to show you on the higher time frame. Look at that hook in the RSI. So no sense right now. So it's touching at 50. So gold ain't done yet.
I'm about to speak positive affirmations to her.
To who?
To Sybil. You at 30. Rise, girl.
Are you a mess? Well, I wanted to finish this sale since she activated. I wanted to finish that and then be done. And I'm looking at let's look at where that is real quick. So she is in the mid-air. So look, I call this mid-air. When you see a candle just out there, I call this just suspended in mid-air, right? She's suspended in mid-air. She didn't go to any base. Here's a base right here. Let me look at regular candles. Yeah, there's a base. There, that's the base. 32,842 is base. So right now she's suspended. She's suspended in midair on the day chart. On the 4-hour chart, let's see where she at.
She's almost home, huh? Is that home?
Home is up here in the yellow. So I'm looking for this right here, 32,916. So that's where she needs to finish. She needs to close out at 32, roughly 32,916 to actually right here, 32,825 is the completion of that that whole shape. Let's look at it on Hikinachi candles. Yeah, there's the lady right there, 32,816, 32,747, and 32,689. So she ain't done with that sale, y'all. She not done yet. She's grabbing, she's snatching and grabbing right now. She's grabbing wigs, purses, whatever you're gonna give her, she's snatching and grabbing. Let's see. Now, this is definitely set up for a buy. I can't see it any other way. It's going to pull back to the 50 and then shoot up for that 800. So that same question that you said, where are you buying it to? I buy it right to that 800. I normally get in when it crosses the 50 and I wait for a candle to open up over the 50. Then I'll buy that candle and then I'll wait and I'll catch it all the way to the 800. And while we're waiting on US 30 to make up her mind, I want to show you chart markup strategy, right? So my chart markup strategy, let me take all this off. Let me go to one more. Give me 1 second. I want to show you the chart markup strategy while we're waiting because she's coming back down. I don't know what that candle was all about, though. That was like a one shooter candle. I still don't understand it.
It was encouraging for me.
Let's see what Bitcoin did. Okay, Bitcoin is riding at 28, but Bitcoin ain't going nowhere. Bitcoin is going to shoot up there to that 30 range in a little bit and mess everybody head up. All right, so let me look at US 30. I want to show you guys this. So this has turned into more of a teaching training session than a full trade session, simply because the way the market is moving this morning. But it's all good. I hope you guys are learning and grabbing some of these nuggets that's being dropped on you in reference to what we look for in the market, and sometimes how, you know, your trade goes one way and you're expecting it to go another way, and it doesn't do what you're expecting it to do. So
Today, I would say today, after watching this every day, I mean, for the past few days, now I'm starting to understand the EMA, because the EMAs, I never really used it like that before, and that was really confusing to me, but I'm starting to see how you use them.
okay.
The setup.
Okay, awesome. I gotta find a chart that I haven't marked up. Do y'all know I just went to a chart that I didn't even know I marked up? That's marked up. Let's see. Are you marked up? No. Good. Finally, a chart that's not marked up. Jesus. All right. So let me take this off for a minute and the fib. So when I do chart markup, guys, I got a strategy called D411. It's the day chart, 4-hour chart, 1 hour chart, 1 minute chart. Day chart, 4-hour chart, 1 hour chart, 1 minute chart. D411. All right. So the day chart, I start off with the day chart, and I'll minimize my screen. So if you can't see what I'm seeing, I'm sorry, but this is what you need to see in order to properly mark up your chart. So what I do first, I go to the highest candle I see on my screen, and then I mark that one purple. Highest candle I saw on my, what the snoo God just happened?
Will you mark the top of the wick or the top of the candle?
The top of the wick.
Okay.
So let me go back to about, okay, here we go. All right. Here we go. Highest one I see is at 36,936. So bam, that is going to be purple. Then I mark the lowest one I see on that same chart, which is going to be there, 28,597. All right, I'm done. 4-hour chart. I'm done with that chart. That's all you do. The highest and the lowest. Now I need to wait for all my stuff to show up. We got to wait for the candles to show up. There they come. Okay. Now I minimize it as much as I possibly can, so I can at least see my day chart and my day chart top and bottom, right? So now I'll go to the next lower high. And that one actually gave me 2 confirmations right there. Right there. Almost right there. Right. So I'll mark that and I'll turn that green. Okay. Then I'll mark the bottom next level up. That is not enough for me to mark. Nope. See, 28,956. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Okay. So then I'll mark this bottom one right here. It doesn't look like it's a lot, but guys, it's like almost 400 points. Then I go to the 1 hour chart. Wait for it. Boom. Okay. I'll see if I can see anything. If that's all I can see on this chart, then I slide down so I can at least see where some of my chart markups were. So I got to wait on it to appear. Wait on the screen to appear. Good night. Okay, that's as much as it's going to let me go back. Okay, no problem. So on this chart, because we're over here, I need to see what's on the far right. All right, that's enough. That's enough for me to mark. So now I'll mark this, since this is the highest one I see right now. I'll mark that, and that color is blue. And then I mark the bottom that I can see on the screen. That color is blue. So now I know by color association, I know what chart that trade hit. I say, oh, wow, it went all the way up to my day chart markup. It went to my 4 hour chart markup. It went to my 1 hour chart markup. Then I go to the 1 minute and go crazy. Because like on this chart, I need to see all of this. So I start marking up my chart here, and this is yellow. And with this, I want several touches of that markup. So like here, I will mark change yellow, right? And then I will mark here where I see several touches here, and I'll tell you how many in a minute. Several touches here, I bet, when I go to the other side. Or is that just about, yep, that's about right. And I'll just mark like 4 of them just to give you an idea. All right. One more. I'll mark one more. I'll mark this base right there. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm seeing how many touches that I get in those zones. So like here, it's all over that zone, all over it, right? Here, I have 1 touch, 2 touch. Here I have like 2 or 3 touches. If I blow this up, you'll be able to see it.
Well, why would you not do that on the the time frame, the 4 hour time frame?
Because you can't see all of these candles, because now we're down to the nitty gritty. See, on the 4 hour, they're so spaced out, I can't really see what I just saw on the 1 minute. Okay. Now you can go back for confirmation to the 4 hours. You can see, right? That my chart markup was on point. Okay. Could I move it a little bit here or there? I could, right? But I'm going to the 1 for all my confirmations. So, I mean, I'm going for the 1 for my markup. So let's go to a 15 just so you can kind of see it from another perspective. Look at, it went through here, it touched here, went through here, consolidated on it, went through here, went through here, went through here, went through here. So I have more than 10 confirmations that this is a good level of resistance. If I want to move it up to here, I got more than 10 confirmations that this is a good level of resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and there's 2 candles there. So there's 10. I like at least 8 to 10 confirmations. Then I know that that's an area that price likes to come to. All right. And I'm only doing this on the 15 so you can see it, because on the 1 it's going to be super small. But because I like my calls from the 1, I need to see where we're going, and I like them at least 30 points in between, no closer. Every now and then you'll see me do like a 20 something in between, but I like them 30. Only time I do 20 something is when it's in a zone, like here. Watch this. So here's a zone markup. right there, and then I'm gonna turn that red. Now, why did I mark this as a zone? Because price is doing what here?
Consolidating.
Consolidating. And if I go to the right, we should see more consolidation in that same zone. See how much it's gonna let me go before it stopped giving me before it stopped giving me any chart numbers. Oh, okay, it's been a while. So I'm way down here at 33,349. It might take a minute to see it in this zone. Let me go to a higher time frame just so we can see it, because it's gonna take a while.
And 30 points means 300, right? 300.
300 pips. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's a zone. That's a zone. There's a nice area for a zone. Here's an even nicer zone up higher. Let's go up higher where we are. This is an even nicer zone in here, but it's so big because I'm on a 30-minute chart. I need to make sure that's a zone on the lower time frame, because that's where you make, that's where you make your bread. You make your bread in the zones. I do like that zone down below. There we go. Okay, let's see if this is actual zone and where it is. So the actual zone is here. It's too high. There. Look at that zone. That is a zone. This is where price feels comfortable, guys. Price feels comfortable in a zone. So when you're marking your zones, look how much price is just wiggling in between that area. I love the long zones, because when it comes back, when price comes to 720 to 765, I could have sworn Isaiah called something like that yesterday, 720 to 750. Didn't he call that yesterday? 720, 750?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so guess what? Not even thinking about that. Look what I just did. I just marked up a zone, and it's within Isaiah's zone of 720 to 750. My zone is just larger. It's 720 to 765. And look at that.
Usually within the zone, what's the points in between that? Is it
Again, it can be whatever that zone is. Like this is a 45 pip zone, a 45 point zone, right? And that means you can take price in the zone from zone to zone, or you can take price below the zone and above the zone and get you in between. So let's say you wanted to do 20. So you would take 30 to 50, which is what? Isaiah 750 to 720. But if you just took 30 to 50, you would have hit 19 times yesterday on it. Why? Because that is a zone. Like you can mark zones up all day. There's a zone right here. Look at that. That's a consistent zone in between 34,097 and no, I like this one better. Ooh, I like this one better. There's your zone. 34,033 to 33,991. So we're talking about like another 40 pip zone. Look at that. That's a zone. So price comes back to that area, you know that it's a zone. And that's how I do my chart markup, guys. And you just keep marking up until you can't mark up no more, in my opinion. And there you'll get support, resistance, you'll get zones, you'll establish new zones, and so on and so forth. So
do you update your zones on a weekly basis, or because like you said, there's sometimes you have to kind of have new zones, areas, and things like that.
Yeah, sometimes let me get rid of my.
Sometimes the zones stay the same, and you can go weeks without looking at it and come back, and it's still hitting that zone.
Okay.
There. All right, so I got rid of that. So yeah, my zones, like let me give you an example. I'll mark a zone and I'll put somebody's name to it. See this pass-through zone, possible pass-through zone, all that stuff. Let me go to gold. I can show you better on gold. Like on gold, I remember way back here, Kim's low, Kim's range. This was a range when gold stayed here. Every time it hit this range from 1749 to 1810, right? So Kim had a range in here. And every time, and that was 2 September last year, every time gold came here, it went all the way through the zone. I'm like, what? Well, oh, wait. Kim's range, low range. I'm sorry, 1739 to 49. But then Kim had a low, oh, it must have been a high range up here somewhere. Hold on. I probably deleted it for some reason. So Kim had another range here, but just this range alone, it was a 10 pip zone, 39 to 49. And every time gold came to one of these, whether it was buying or selling, it went all the way through. So you would catch 10 points on gold just in Kim's zone from 2 September, right? Like if I go to AJ, you'll see sunshine zones because Sunshine loves AJ, right? But this was Kim's. This was a Kim area that we were making a ton of money on for quite some time because it just kept going through those zones. So look at gold. Gold acting like now it's ready to go through the fingers. Let's look at 30. Are you doing anything special since gold is? Oh, everything is kind of getting back to normal. All right, let's look at this real quick, guys. Then I'm gonna let you go. I know we're way over time today. Oh my God, 32. I'm glad. Thank you for hanging out with me and staying on. I hope I dropped some major nuggets on you. Hope you learned a lot on this call. The sell trade, if yours activated, you can either hang on to it if you like or let it go. And I only say let it go because once this thing gets into the right momentum, those 3 fingers are for real, guys. I can't make those suckers up. Those are for real. The 3 to 4, how many ever fingers you want to call it, she gonna buy up through all them fingers. But she may do a little bit of back and forth in this zone temporarily, but she will buy up through those fingers. That's typically what she does. So you want to monitor this trade. Why? Because she's playing a crown game here too. You know, she just made 1, 2, 3. So she just made a little W, which that can go all the way up or that can come back down and make an M. So these are your shapes that we want to kind of like be aware of. There's an M, right? Or we have a W with a high arm. That's what I call a W with a high arm. That's that little kid W when they first starting to learn how to draw. So that's what that is. So once she makes this W, she may not come back to make this M because there's nothing here for her to come and grab anymore, right? She's grabbed all she needed to grab. So she could very well just run up. And so I'm going to give you some numbers. We already have buys way up, but let me give you some closer buys. The first one is going to be 33. Oh, and she just shot up 33,160 to 180. Golly, she going, guys. She's on her way out.
Keep hope alive. Come on.
Yeah, she on her way out. So let's see. So you want to let's take, what is this right here? Yep, 180. That's where my buy stop is. I'm going to modify that. And we're going to go to 210. I hope she's ready.
I wonder if she reacts to more news than we think of. So, because some news just broke and all of a sudden it's going up.
Oh, some news just broke?
But not financial news, but still, but it's a trip.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that was a good knee-jerk reaction to something.
Yeah.
That was a good knee-jerk reaction. But because she's in the right, the right area now. So who was that? Irvell that asked me about buying from 50 all the way up to 800?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Yeah, Arvell, this one of them moments, boo, where I'm like, this one of them moments right here. Where I see this, I'm like, all right. Now I might give you some scalping, but all right.
One thing I was curious to know is that I hear what you said about the confirmations where it has to cross over the 50 with a candlestick, and then that's when you go. Is there any other confirmations, or you use like, does it have to be a certain type of confirmation on all time frames, or how many time frames do you use for that confirmation, or before you execute that and make that decision indefinitely?
I typically will look at the one for my initial, right? Because I want to see the setup. The one drives the train. I don't care what nobody say. The one is the train driver. Why? Because if the MAs are not aligned on the one, a lot of times the price action won't act right unless the MAs are aligned. Right? So let me go to the chart. Those EMAs are aligned, guys. Watch this. 1, 5. And I said this earlier. I said when gold is really ready, gold gonna start going through them EMAs and them time frames. And watch. Right now, where is gold? Gold is about to hit that 200. That's a magnet, right? That's a magnet. 2045.903. That's gold's next move. Then gold gonna shoot on down here to 2040 straight up. 2040.71. Because it's an EMA move. Look what just happened. The 21 just crossed the 50. It got room in the RSI, especially on a higher time frame. We just went oversold on the 1, which is telling me a little pullback might happen. But the 5 is saying I ain't nowhere near oversold. So I got room. And look what she just made. She's trying to make a crown. She's attempting this little crown setup. So we have, and watch this. Remember I said crude oil was going to buy back up. Y'all ready? What happened? What happened? Ervell, do you see the fingers? 1, 2, 3, 4. She bought through all 4.
Yeah.
Right? With no problem. So all you do, it's a patience game, man. On a lot of this is patience. And with these setups, when you see it on several charts, it's got to eventually honor those setups. Got to eventually honor them.
When you see the setup on 1 minute, does that have to follow? Does everything has to be synced in with 1 and 5 and 15? Or
yeah, in order. I like them in order. Like if I look at the 1 hour and say, man, this is set up, but I don't know when, because maybe it ain't set up no lower. Then I say the 30-minute. Wait a minute. Okay, it's set up on the 30. Oh, wait, snap. It's set up on the 15. Shut your mouth. It's set up on the 5-minute. Hold your horses. It's set up on the 1. Jesus. Right? So it did its move on the 1. So what does it do after it does its move? Does anybody know? After it does its first move, what does it do? Retraces. And then what does it do? Goes to the next time frame. Right? So it did its retracement. Now we got to, and I put the 415 here, guys. I added this EMA because I kept seeing it go to a midway structure before it ran to the 800. Right? So I said, you know what? What's in between there? What's in between 200 and 800? Oh, 400 or 600 or 500, 200 to 500, that's 3, 500. So I could have set up a 300 something EMA, to be honest with you. That's the midway, right? But the 415 just stood out to me. I don't know. It just resonated well. And I like the way it's set up. So I look at price and I say, okay, so where are we trading, RSI? Are we on the 5-minute now? We already did our move on the 1. So let's wait for the 1 to finish either bouncing into the purple, coming down and touching the 50, or reversing to go higher and go more overbought to make the 5-minute true. You remember in math, we had what was true based on the cosine and the sine, right? Okay, I was a math dude, so don't worry about me. But yes, I did. I did. I went there. But so when you look at what makes this true, for me, it's EMA structure and numbers. So I taught a class last week on structure, or a week before last, or whenever it was. I taught it on structure. I said, guys, when the structure is right, we have to comply with structure, right? So I complied with crude oil. I've been in the buy, just waiting on it, just keep going because it was a structure setup for me. In gold, I'm in a sale. We in a sale. I'm waiting on it to finish because structure is set up. Watch this. I told you it was going to hit that 200. I wasn't joking. There it is, right there for you. Now where it got to go? 415. Where it go after 415? 800. But it might pull back. So you got to keep looking at where we are. We're in a zone where, okay, I did that. Gold don't look like it want to play though. Look at that. Gold don't want to play with y'all. Boo boo. Hold on. All right. So US 30. Did we hit on US 30 already? Oh, okay, they ain't made it up there yet. All right, cool. So I'm looking at now we are in a structured atmosphere. So will I take any more buys on gold? I won't. I don't care if it does pull back. No more buys on gold for me because structure is already set up through too many charts. I like the structure. It crossed the 50. Let that sucker open up in 3 minutes under this 50. Let it if it want to. Let that candle open and close under this 50. Then that structure is telling me I got to come back down here and hit that 415. After that, I got to come down here and hit that 800. And then we're going to go to the 15 minute. I got to come down here, hit the 200. Come down here, hit the 415. Come down here, hit the 800. But I am going to do some turbulence in here because I got to pull back off of this chart because I'm oversold. So don't worry about me, people. I got to pull back to get back in the purple to go more down here on the 1 minute. Let me finish my move on the 1 minute first before y'all start talking trash. And then when I finish my move on the 1 minute, let's concentrate on where we are on the 5. All right.
You a really elementary or basic ass question. Excuse me. How do I clear my chart?
Oh, like fully clear? Like you don't want nothing marked up on them?
Yeah, get rid of. I want to.
Trash can. Bottom left. Remove objects, remove 23 joins, 2 indicators, 23 joins and 2 indicators. You can remove everything or just some things.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Since, eventually it's going to go to the 800, do you just leave one trade in there and just wait till it hits, or you just take multiple trades as it's going in the direction?
It just depends on the pullback. Like for me, when it gets, if I don't catch it, and this candle right here, that's my candle. Because I already know I'm aware of the pullback. So I'll catch this candle. And sometimes I'll stay in, but I don't like going negative. So what I do to avoid going negative is I'll do a stop loss in profit. So when it goes up this high, to avoid it coming back against me, I'll put a stop loss like 3 or 4 points above my entry just to not go negative. Right. And I'll set the alert to let me know, oh, it just went back to entry. And then I'll wait for it to set up again and I'll get back in another buy. That's kind of how I play it. So it just depends. Like once this sucker comes back over the 50, over the 21, then I'll wait for it to set up. I'll get in a buy after it comes over the hump. I'll wait for it to hit a certain level. Then I'll set a stop loss. And even when I set my stop loss in profit, I get right back in the trade when it sets back up, for me. But when I got this structure right here, I'm like, okay, you done played all day long. You ain't even made, you went back home. You see, she went back home, right? I don't know if anybody caught that. I heard somebody say it. She did go back home, right? I don't know if she's going back to Cuz house to close out this dress, to make sure the dress is covered. But she might go back to Cuz house here just to close the dress and then shoot up for the whole move. Probably not in one swoop, but she definitely will go 200 and then go in here somewhere, pull back. At 415, go in here somewhere, pull back. Go up here to the 800, fake you out. You're like, I ain't going to touch it. Even though you got your take profit set right there, I ain't going to touch it. Leave me alone. So where's my take profit set? Well, at the beach because it's below the 800, right? So I look at I when I'm trading, especially the indices because they're so volatile. You got to factor in so many things. Like my man Kenyatta would say, you know, you got to know when to squeeze the trigger. When it's set up for that trigger squeeze, then you can pop them off, pop off those rounds. But right now we're not in trigger squeeze. It just did an arch. It's in a fight for its life right here. Is deciding whether or not it wants to reside under the 50 or above the 50. So I just wait. Now I'll wait again. I'll wait for it to make up its mind whether or not it's going to buy up and finish out the entire move because it's set up. How many? Let me see how many points this is. Oh, that's not bad at all. It's 229 points. It dropped 350. So for it to make up 229 is not that big of a deal. It dropped 331. And for US 30 guys, that is not significant. Sorry. For the Dow Jones, 331 points is not significant. 700. That's I told Kenyatta. Dana was on the call. Lord Jesus. I got somebody who was on my call. Dana.
Yes, chef.
You remember that call? I said, listen, guys, I don't normally do this, but I want y'all to just leave this trade open. And we rolled US 30 down for nearly 700 points on the call. Yeah!
It was a wonderful day.
Oh my God. Oh my God. But when that girl wig, I don't care what nobody said, when that girl wig fell off, I'm still laughing. Anyway, go ahead. Nook. Oh my God. Yo, when she did that, I was done. I was so done. Yeah, let's see, Selena.
I still believe somebody pulled that thing off the way it came off.
No, that ain't no one. No, it was, and you can watch it just slowly.
It just
Slowly go back, and she was talking. Every time she would kind of nod and she was speaking, it would just slide back.
She said, "Oh my God."